Here for the last 5 years, Canada has been welcoming an average of about 400,000 new permanent residents, making settlement services crucial for newcomers.
Really, the purpose of the Next Gen Youth Summit is so that newcomer and immigrant youth are aware of the community resources and support that they can access, right? From settlement, employment, education, and even connections to other youth leaders, mentors, and organizations and agencies that can help them. And so we have the community fair, we have guest speakers who can talk about their challenges as a newcomer and immigrant, and we also have workshops and activities that promote cultural exchange, that can provide them tools to take care of their health and well-being, and also just really, explore and embrace their identities here in Canada.
It is a settlement service. We cater to newcomers who might be feeling a little bit lonely, or if they're not very familiar with the Canadian culture. So some services we offer include the English Conversation Circle. We have settlement workers who will provide a community space to help them learn English, to get familiarized with each other, meet new people, and start to build a community from ground up. Some other services we have include employment services. So we help them with skill building, we help them with writing resumes, creating cover letters, and educating them on the customs of job hunting in Canada. Some other things we can help with include general, if you want to apply for some kind of certificate, we can refer them to the services around the community as well. I would say the first step would to be come to our main office and fill out an intake form, and then one of our representatives will probably sit down with you, book an appointment, and have a needs assessment just to get a sense of what the client's needs are, and that will have a good, I would say, starting point as to figuring out what kind of services we can best refer them to, whether it's internal to our own organization or external to some other organizations.
Nung adjustment period ko po, syempre po naging mahirap since naiwan ko po yung friends ko po doon. Since dun na po ako lumaki since baby pa. And yung family rin po, wala po kaming relatives dito. Kami lang po ni mama yung first na nag-move dito. So syempre, it's been hard po since, parang every moment po, gusto mo na lang po umuwi. Kasi grabe po yung homesick dito. Pero I managed to adjust naman po. I met new people, I met new friends. Ayun po. And soon po, dadating na rin po yung sisters ko and grandparents ko dito. Mga Filipinas din po yung friends ko dito. Parang in that way, parang nafe-feel ko po na I'm still home po. Parang yun po yung nagko-connect sa akin sa Pilipinas in some way po. Gusto ko po ibalik yung hard work po ng parents ko. Gusto ko po yung parang bumawi sa kanila for all the sacrifices they made for me and for their family, for our family po. And ayun po, gusto ko po maging successful, and I want to finish my studies. I want to achieve my goals and my dreams po.
Young people ages 16 to 29 can sign up for our program and they gain volunteer experience. So we put them through a placement in a number of different fields that we offer. So for example, if a young person is interested in going to health studies, we can partner them with a nonprofit health organization and they can gain volunteer experience through them. So these are the workshops that we offer. So they're all about an hour to 2 hour PowerPoint presentations. They're live, so they're able to be part of the workshops, but then also ask questions, get more clarity that they need prior to going into a placement or a work setting. So this really just gives them the skills and experience needed.
Some challenges I faced po is syempre homesickness and na-shock po ako sa culture. And part po sa school, I was afraid po, syempre since I'm a newcomer, I didn't really know much about anything at all sa school, so they're very welcoming po. Medyo na-shock po sa winter kasi akala ko po dati, syempre dinidream ko pa po na, Winters, no. Pero nung andito na po ako, na-experience ko na po, parang ayun na po, ayun po.
Hindi pala siya ganun.
Hindi po siya kasaya. Opo.
One of the things that I found really amazing when I moved to Toronto was the sheer number of public libraries na parang kahit saan kaanto ka tumingin, may Toronto Public Library. So, and I was just happy as it is. Pero pagpasok ko, na-realize ko na hindi lang sila about books. They were about so many activities, and then the library card can even give you access, free access to museums and other cultural places that are super interesting. So for newcomers, that really helps a lot.
At the Toronto Public Library, we have 100 locations all across Toronto, so you're bound to find a location close to you. We're very much big on free and making things accessible for Torontonians, whether you're a teen, a child, a parent. And so, yeah, we have lots of different things going on. I like to say the library is not just one thing. A lot of people think that's about books, but we're so much more than that. As you can see, we have 3D printers. We have what we call digital innovation hubs. These are spaces where we have 3D printers, audio-visual booking rooms, access to digital software like Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, so people who want to learn how to design things, print things, audio recording, video recording, things like that, you can learn that here. A lot of our programs are all free. You do not need a library card to access them. We have lots of things going on during March break, so whether it's for teens or children or parents, all of them are free, as long as you live, work, or go to school in Toronto. So if you do have any of those things, you can come to any Toronto Public Library with your ID, so a piece of name ID and a piece of address ID that shows that you live, work, or go to school in Toronto, and it's absolutely free.
Siyempre, with KMC, we really understand the unique challenges and needs of newcomer and racialized youth. So for example, language barriers, differences in culture, and really adapting to Canadian society. We also find a lot of challenges in terms of exploring their identity, right? Because they have this identity of coming here as an immigrant or a refugee, and then coming here and just really embracing what it means to be a Canadian, right? And so those are the things that we see, and most especially is the sense of belonging here in Canada. And so we find that there's really limited support or limited access to networks and resources because they don't have the knowledge or they don't have the awareness that there's all these free supports that they can get to really support them in their settlement journey.
At first, I was actually kind of bullied back in my old school, and like from grade 1 till 6, I was actually bullied a lot because back then. Canada. Yeah, I came here, like I didn't know English. I was big, fat, chubby. I was getting bullied. I was getting called names, right? And since I didn't know what they were saying, right? I thought, what they're saying, I didn't know. But after I learned English, I knew they were making fun of me. I reported this to the teachers and the principals, and talked about it and all that. But it still happens now and then, but not that much as back then. I have to make like a friend or two at school, who's either from the same country as you, or is English, right? Is actually teaching you. After that, you can go and start conversations with other students or people who are good at English. And then you can make like a group of friends who support you, and then you feel like you belong in that.
So once in a while, there are settlement events like the ones we're attending now. And this one is specifically for the youth. So they have activities like learning about cultural backgrounds and even, playtime games for the youth so that they can get to know each other. So paminsan-minsan may mga ganong events that you just have to look for kasi nagsasama-sama na yung mga community organizations that can help newcomers, and you can all find them in such an event like this.
racialized, for newcomer and immigrant youth to just really access the resources, because there are people and organizations and agencies that are here to support you. This is all for free. You're never alone, that we're here to provide you the connections that you need and the resources and guidance that you need in order to make your journey here in Canada successful.